So Gerald, the Patricia Diane Foundation, kind of give me the background and the history of it. I know you were a young man when you lost your mother,
Right.
and that affected you greatly. And you see lives daily, young men and women who are in the same shoes as you.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, talking about this, it could go on all day, but I'll try and be brief. My mother passed away when I was 19, and she had a heart for people, particularly children. And, growing up, I've seen a lot of single parent homes, whether it was my personal family or just friends I grew up with, to even my wife now. Before we got married, she was, a single parent. And then when my mom passed away, my dad became a single parent. So it's always been near and dear to my heart. And there comes a point in your football career where there's a crossroads. You have to decide what has been your true impact on the city you've been in. And football is not who I am, is what I do. And what I do is giving me a platform to touch lives. So for the Patricia Diane Foundation, it targets single parent homes and those in need, and we just want to give them a better life and create as much change as we can.
Now, you've done things over the years, always hands-on. I know you do the football clinics for kids. You also have a lot of stuff going on around the holidays, family drives, and that sort of thing. How did that kind of evolve, and when did you kind of decide, all right, now I want to take it to the next level?
Yeah, well, it started, I do things under the radar all the time. A lot of things I do people don't see, and I don't do it, for the credit. I do it because it's what I believe in. It's near and dear to my heart, and I believe it's what I'm supposed to be doing. But the initial big one that most people know us for is the McCoy Family Christmas. It started back in 2012. My wife and I decided we wanted to adopt, adopt some families for Christmas, and started with 10 to 20 families, and we fulfilled their Christmas wish list, and it's grown up to 40, and this goal is to push it up to 60, and we just try and give them the Christmas experience. We've done it a lot of different ways, but the best thing about Christmas is just the whole experience of Christmas, whether it's the spending time and activities with your family, to Christmas dinner, to the opening of the presents. And whenever we do it, it's never known. It's always a surprise to the families. So they may think that they're just coming to have dinner, with at $1, and then boom, they're getting the whole Christmas experience. So it's just built off that. And we've done so many other things that went under the radar, but I knew it was time. I'm at that point in my career where I need to make it bigger, and that's why my wife and I came up with the Patricia Diane Foundation.
What's kind of the not necessarily the nuts and bolts, but the goal, the mission? And I know you guys, now it's become a big endeavor. You got a lot of folks involved.
Right.
What is the next step here?
Well, like I said, it started with the McCoy Family Christmas. In November, we were going to have an awareness event to get the word out that the foundation is up and running. And what our goal is, we want to have some back-to-school drives. We want to keep going with the Pediatric Cancer Foundation and just do as much as we can. We finally had our meeting. We put our executive board together, and we're going to do some brainstorming and just try and impact Tampa as much as we can, and not just Tampa. See, I'm from Oklahoma, so I want to impact Oklahoma, and then however many people we can, man. This is just the tip of the iceberg here in Tampa. The goal is to, just change people's lives and give them more opportunities and give them a experience that they wouldn't have a chance to experience.
And we hear stories of, years ago, Tony Dungy, Derek Brooks hanging out together, just talking
Right.
about the city
Right.
and, how life's going. And I remember Derek saying that he asked Coach once, listen, I want to do something. I really don't know what or how. Did you feel the same way at one point? And do you see the young guys on your own team kind of in the same boat going, Gerald, what can I do?
Absolutely. It comes to a point in time of your career where you're like, man, I played enough football. I want to change people's lives. I want to impact my city for more than just what I can do on the grass. And it's not just me. My teammates, they're heavily involved. You see all the different things that Mike Evans does. Levante is with the Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And you see the O-line does Turkey Time with the O-line. And there's so many different events. I can go on and on and on. Even the Buccaneers now, we have the social justice and just trying to impact our city and just impact our people's lives and change people's lives. That's the ultimate goal.